in the old neighborhood on the edge of the bustling city. As night fell, the dim yellow street lamps feebly cast a faint light, making the mottled streets look shadowy and indistinct. Just like a mysterious oil painting, the wailing of police sirens suddenly cut through the stillness of the night. The police car screeched to a halt in front of an abandoned warehouse. The car door swung open, and Captain Chen Yu of the criminal police team and his capable subordinates filed out one after another. Each of them had a solemn expression, with sharpness and alertness in their eyes. The informant was Lao Yan, a nearby resident. Still shaken and with a trembling voice, he recounted his discovery. Lao Yan had a habit of taking a walk every night. Tonight, as he passed by the warehouse, he lately heard muffled pounding sounds and suppressed shots coming from inside. Driven by curiosity, he crept closer and peeked through the crack of the door. He saw several dark figures milling about in the dim warehouse, and there seemed to be some suspicious parcels scattered on the ground, with strange shapes. Before he could get a good look, one of the figures seemed to sense his presence and suddenly turned its head. The cold breeze shot through the crack, scaring Lao Yan so much that he took to his heels and ran all the way home, trembling, to call the police. While listening, Chen Yu carefully examined the surroundings of the warehouse. The air chain on the warehouse gate showed signs of having been violently broken, and the messy footprints on the ground were of varying depths, as if there had just been a fierce struggle. He crouched down and picked up a piece of stained cloth, leaned in and sniffed it. A pungent chemical smell filled his nostrils, and his heart sank. Could it be related to illegal chemical transactions? Following the traces, the team members cautiously entered the warehouse. The warehouse was filled with a putrid smell mixed with that of chemical reagents, which was extremely pungent. The lights were dim and flickered occasionally, emitting a sizzling sound that was truly spine-chilling. The team members paired up, holding their guns at the ready, and advanced slowly. Suddenly, a shrill scream came from the depths of the warehouse, echoing in the empty space and making everyone's hair stand on end. They quickly rushed towards the source of the sound and stopped in front of the small room in the corner of the warehouse. The door was ajar. Chen Yu sidestepped and gently pushed it open. There, the young man was tied to a chair, his face bruised, blood oozing from the corner of his mouth, and his eyes full of terror. The man's name was Ahui, a small-time hoodlum. He cried and confessed that he had accidentally learned that this warehouse was a secret stronghold of a gang of criminals and had thought of stealing something valuable. As a result, he was caught red-handed. Those people interrogated him, suspecting he was an informant for the police. Before he could defend himself, there was a commotion outside caused by Lao Yan, and they rushed out to check, leaving him tied up there. Chen Yu's thoughts deepened. What on earth was his shattering secret hidden in this warehouse? Just then, his walkie-talkie crackled with his teammate as was, "Captain, we found a suspicious passage in the warehouse basement. It looks like someone has been coming and going frequently recently." Chen Yu left two people to take care of Ahui and led the others to the basement. The basement was dark and damp, with moss cover in the walls and water droplets constantly dripping, making a ticking sound in the silence. The corners were packed high with old wooden boxes and rusty tools. Chen Yu found a hidden trapdoor among a pile of debris. A faint light seeped through the crack of the door. He gently pushed it open and found that it was a crude drug-making laboratory inside. All kinds of chemical instruments and glassware was strewn about in disarray, and there were also some semi-finished drug lying on haphazardly. Just as they were about to conduct a further search, Slight noise came from a overhead ventilation duct. Chen Yu's eyes narrowed, and he raised his hand to signal his team members to be quiet. Everyone else has focused on the duct opening. Suddenly, a dark figure flashed by, and then pungent smoke poured in from all directions, instantly filling the entire basement. Damn it! It is a smoke grenade. The assailants are trying to trap us, Chen Yu shouted. At this critical moment, he caught sight of the ventilation opening in the corner that didn't seem to as if it had been completely sealed. Without hesitation, he directed his team members to build a makeshift ladder with wooden boxes and climb up towards the ventilation opening. After climbing out of the ventilation opening, they found themselves in the backyard of the warehouse. Under the moonlight, several figures were sprinting towards an off-road vehicle loaded with boxes, presumably their loot. Chen Yu didn't hesitate and shouted, "Stop! Police!" A fierce chase ensued. The assailants took advantage of their familiarity with the terrain, zigzagging and occasionally turning back to shoot at the police. Chen Yu and his team members were fearless, dodging and counter-attacking. Finally, in the dead-end alley at the end of the block, the assailants had no way to escape and surrendered one by one. When the first rays of dawn broke through and the warm sunlight dispelled the darkness, Chen Yu escorted the assailants to the police car. Looking at the no longer eerie warehouse behind him, he knew deep down that this heart-stopping encounter was just a small chapter in their journey to safeguard justice, and the sins hidden in the dark night would eventually be uncovered one by one, bringing peace back to the city.